Welcome back to another sketchbook video. So on this one I wanted to draw someone kind of in a crouching pose, and I thought originally about doing something almost tribal-y, and then I really wanted to put more of a twist on it, kind of have a hoodoo vibe. I wasn't sure how I was going to do it, but I was going to give it a shot. But I started out kind of going a little bit more tribal looking. Maybe almost Native American, I don't know. But I did make my thumbnail huge for some reason. It was not my plan, I just didn't draw the frame, and so I drew something massive. And then whenever I was drawing this, I was thinking about some old, I think it's Glen Keane drawings of Tarzan. And I was thinking about the knuckles on the hand that I saw, and I really liked the pose of that. I didn't have anything like that in front of me. It was just something I had a really good memory of. I saw it years ago on, I think, a YouTube video or something where they were showing a bunch of those old sketches, and I was like, oh, these are beautiful. Like, the hands are great. So, I also really like the way he stylized the muscles. So as you can see, I'm kind of making it a little bit more modern now. I wrote that up in the top. I know a lot of people can't read my handwriting. Sorry. Basically just saying more modern. So then I figured I was just gonna wing it thereafter. And I'm once again just filling in a page I left empty on the side. Now that the book's filling up a little bit, it's not as bad about, you know, losing its focus because it presses down a little far. I do sometimes hold it on my fingers like you see me doing right there. So I didn't quite get the pose that I wanted, but I did decide to draw him even bigger on the page, even though that knocked out some of my leg, and it ended up making it look a little strange, a little short, but that's fine. So, yep. And then the reason that I used my orange pencil is literally just because it's the only one I could find. I put a bunch away because I just had a lot of stuff out on my desk, and I don't have room for that, so I went ahead and tucked some stuff out of the way. So like I said, I was leaving a lot of little details for later. I did put in some of the stuff that I had put in the thumbnail. Traded some other stuff out. I wish I had gotten closer to the pose, at least the upper body, the way that it looked in my thumbnail. Because I feel like I could have maybe centered the composition a little bit better or something for some of these skulls that you see. They're just skull masks, but it's fine. It's done now. Then I'm just inking with my pen. Also, yeah, I'm kind of like stuffed up right now. I'm not sick. I'm just having some allergies, so that's why I sound the way that I do. So this is just a Muji polycarbonate pen. Essentially a regular ballpoint. Although I find that they're really smooth, kind of like the zebra pen, and they draw nice thin lines, so I really dig them for that, because I hate having pens that will not draw. I just keep going over the same line again and again, and then it makes something I don't want. I was once again at a loss for this one. I really want to be better prepared. I'm sure I've said that the last few videos, but I would really like to be better prepared and make a video with a little more substance. I would love to do like just a one-off comic page in my sketchbook, just for fun. Nothing intensely detailed or crazy, but I really enjoy doing sequential stuff. I'm not great at it, but I still enjoy it a lot. And I have actually gotten back to working on the comic a bit, so that's been nice. I'd love to say that it feels like a relief, but it feels like I haven't dedicated enough time or finished enough pages to feel relieved about getting back to it. And yeah, but I've redone a couple because I'm actually going back through the chapter that I had been working on forever ago, and some of the poses and things are not up to my current standard. So I had to redo a few of them. There was one where he's supposed to be sitting cross-legged on the floor, and then the panels down from that, he's got his hands up, and it just looks like they're on popsicle sticks and not connected to arms. It's very frustrating, so I had to go through and fix some of that, and I fixed a couple face expressions. Luckily, they weren't so bad, but I had to fix some of those. And then I did a little bit of work on the perspective in the background to fix some of my mistakes. And then moved on to another page where he's supposed to be almost kneeling because he's just getting to his feet because he was startled. And his body is just, it could be worse, so, it's fine, but I don't want to leave it like that. So I was redoing that one, and I was getting the little gesture thing underneath. Luckily for me, Grend has never been one of the characters that I struggle with a lot, maybe just because I find him very adorable. And so there's another one where he's just like standing and he's supposed to be looking scared. A bowl kind of like tumbles off his lap, and yeah, that pose also needs to be adjusted. It's not horrible, he's just supposed to be kind of taking a step back, but yeah, it needs some adjusting. So I'll be doing that, and then I'll have to reflat and repaint because that one's already painted. So I'll have to go through and finally get all my backgrounds put in. And it's been such a long time since I did an entire background in the style of the comic that I'm a little concerned about getting it right. I don't know. We'll see. It's been a long time. Been a really long time. Longer than it should have been, but it's okay. Once you get through doing a few pages and you get into a rhythm and you kind of build that confidence and start thinking, oh yeah, I can do this. Like, it's just making pages and going through these specific steps. At least I tend to feel better. I start thinking, oh, okay, yeah, I can do this. And mind you, at this point, I've made over 200 pages in that comic, which are ugly and old, but it's okay. And before that, I had already done a comic that was like 52 pages or something like that as a starter. So, and I made comic pages before. I just never completed anything until Vinny the Voice of Trees. So there's a lot of stuff in that one, even in this current one, that I would love to go back and fix, but I don't have time for that. I just want to finish that comic. I want to finish the color comic, and I then want to go back and fix things and put in details that I should have taken note of so early on. I mean, simple things like, oh, this guy always carries a leather pouch, which is important for the story later. And why didn't I note that he had to have that pouch? Why didn't I note that they were leaving town and they were going to have traveling gear? I don't know. It was years ago. I filled in a bunch of this black background because one, I kind of wanted it to fit the other page, and I did it off camera because my little brother said he was gonna make lunch for us, and I was like, sweet. And I didn't want him to worry about having to call me to come eat, so I just... Oh, and I'm propping that up on my iPad, by the way. Yeah, I didn't want him to worry about having to call me, so I just filled that in off camera with my sketchbook on my lap. And then these are just the normal Tombow water-based markers that I use. The gray set. I should really use my colored ones more. I have that whole thing, and they fit under the bed that I got when we changed the room around. And ow, that was my neck. Yeah, when we changed the room around, they fit under that bed perfectly, and it's so nice because I used to have them right under my desk, right up against my legs, and I would accidentally kick them all the time. So, yeah, anyway, now they're easier for me to get to, and my markers fit there as well. So, I can actually have them here at the house. That's nice. So I'd really like to do more stuff with them, if I can just get myself to do that. But yeah, we're just trying to get into more stuff with the business. We made some like little D&D character sheets, and we were making some little disc bound books for our shop to put those in. And I'd like to do version 2 of those and add some more art to them and make them look cool and maybe make the borders nice. So everything takes time. You just gotta carve it out, I guess. Because we have some junior sized ones, but we just got some letter sized, so hopefully some people will be interested in that. And we have a bunch of stuff. Like we had when we did inventory the other day, we went through and realized we had a bunch of stuff we had never even taken pictures of, never even put on the shop. So we need to literally grab just this literal pile of stuff and get those photographed and uploaded. But yeah, I'm pretty excited. There's some D&D stuff I'd really like to do. We backed this Kickstarter year before last, and I am so excited for it to come in. It's Crooked Moon. Really, really thrilled about it. Got a couple miniatures for my brother, because at the time it was close to his birthday, so my sister and I were like, hey, choose a couple that you want. Obviously you're not going to get them for a while, but choose a couple that you want and we will get them for you. Alright, so this here is the finished picture. I hope that you liked it. Let me know in the comments. Thank you so much for watching. Have a good day or night, and bye.